Hello, super friends. It's Dr. Sketchy here again with another wonderful video. This time I just wanted to show you that I put my simple 4-channel scanner into behind a panel, and also it's now a 5-channel scanner. So the panel for this module is very simple. It's basically got the manual scan, which I'm using a fader. It's got a mini pot for CV. It's got the 5 inputs, the CV input, and an output. So I've got my homemade Dixie with the rainbow knobs, my Pride Dixie, powering this thing. And let's see what waveforms I've got. Number 1 is pulse, number 2 is sine, number 3 is saw, number 4 is triangle, and number 5 is square. Now I'm feeding a triangle wave into the CV, so I'm going to catch all 5. If I turn the CV all the way up, I'll catch all 5 waveforms in. So it goes up. So pulse, saw, pulse, pulse, sine, saw, triangle, square, triangle, saw, sine, pulse. So that's what a triangle does. Now if I put in a saw instead, it goes a little slower, and then it suddenly shifts from 5 back to 1. So 5 is what is 5? 5 is square. It's a reverse saw, so it goes from 5 to 1. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 1 is pulse, and then it shifts quickly to square. So I can avoid that by unplugging 5, and I've normaled 1 to 5. So if I unplug 5, it's now a 4-channel scanner where 5 is 1. And so now it scans pulse, triangle, saw, sine, pulse, triangle, saw, sine, and there's no break. Pulse is let's see. Yeah, so the pulse is both number 1 and number 5, but there's no there's no sudden break. So it gives you nice 4-channel scanning. Now if I turn the CV, so the CV is all the way up. If I turn the CV to halfway up, and you see my fader's on voice 3, now I'll turn the speed up a little bit. Now it's just going to scan between 3 voices. I'll put it back on triangle. Now it's just scanning sine, saw, triangle, saw, sine, saw, triangle. And if I center the voice on number 2, let me plug that back in. Now if I center the voice on number 2, now it goes pulse, saw, pulse, sine, saw, sine, pulse, sine, saw. And if I center it on number 4, it does the other 3 voices. Square, triangle, saw, so by tweaking the fader a tiny bit, I can make it stay on each voice roughly the same amount of time. So let me put the CV all the way up and center it again. So if I center it on voice 3, this particular fader has a detent in the middle, so it'll stick right in the middle. So now I've got all 5 voices, and I just want to play the keyboard a little bit and let you hear what that sounds like. It's kind of cool. almost sounds like filtering. It's a nice effect. All right, so that's the scanner. If anybody wants one of these, I'm happy to make one for you. Send me a PM on Muffs and we'll work out a price. And I'll try to make a nicer slot with my 1/8 inch machine bit than I did today. All right, carry on.